Welcome to today's Sticks and Dirt Kidmin Podcast, a Christian-based kids ministry broadcast for the family of teachers, volunteers, and light creative soul winners, sharing experience and experiments. And now, today's podcast.
SND
2319! We have a 2319!
Red alert! Red alert! Red alert! Red alert! Red alert!
George Sanderson, please remain motionless. Prepare for decontamination.
Duck and cover, people!
Oh, not the CDA.
Coming through, please. Stand aside. Clear the contaminated area. This is a 2319 in progress. The area is clear. Coming through. Watch yourself. Stand back. Careful. All clear. Situation is 990. Ready for decon.
Hey, thanks, guys. That was a close one.
Okay.
Name that tune. What was that movie? Was that from what movie? Was that?
Lion King.
Lion King? No, not Lion King. Not Lion King.
Star Wars.
Close, but no cookie.
Sound of Music.
Nope.
John Wick.
Huh?
John Wick.
Really?
In game? Is that the teaser trailer for In Game?
I hit the jackpot. I got fruit flavored snacks.
Monsters Inc.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, back to real guesses now.
I guess this is just off the top of my head. Monsters Inc.
Yes, very good. I think you heard Taylor though.
Oh,
I think she said it.
You cheater.
Did you say Monsters Inc., Taylor?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I think you did.
Monsters.
You said Monsters Inc.
You
Oh, that'd
can't
be
say
good.
monster. He's always says monster.
Is it Munster or Monster?
It's monster.
Monster.
Munster is
Monsters
cheese.
Inc.
The Munsters is the whole different.
Munster is
listen.
the Herman
Munster is
Munster.
a type
The
of
Munsters.
cheese.
Listen,
and
Monsters
has-
Inc. would be an awesome movie. The Monsters.
Bring back the Munsters.
Oh,
like
that'd
the
be
show.
Or the Munster drink. Or is that
It's
Monster drink?
monster. It's
Okay.
monster.
Monster? Like Momster?
Mobster.
Okay, let's move along here. 2319. That was a clip from Monsters Inc. on a 2319 segment that most of us are all familiar with, and
Blue 52.
yes, we actually have an idea that was birthed from Taylor over here, and she had an idea. Was not even last Sunday or
Yeah.
no, it was before because we played it on Sunday in Connects.
Okay.
It was Saturday or
Sunday.
Friday.
It was
Sunday.
probably Friday. It was whenever I sent you the text.
Okay, here's the deal, folks. 2319. We'll break this down. We're going to create a Sunday Funday based on 2319, mainly because this is so cool. Break down the numbers of 2319. The second month, the second month of the year is what?
February.
July.
Is it February or February?
We don't know, Randy. We're not there yet.
It's February. It's the second month. Number 3, the February 3rd falls on a Sunday.
18?
This year. And 19 is what? Represents 2019. This is a once in a lifetime event that we have to seize and do this.
Like Back to the Future Day back in 2015.
Something like that. Yeah.
I didn't
So
even see that.
that's it. February 3rd, 2019, 2319. We need to capitalize on this. And this idea she had here just not even a week ago, and shared it with me. And then that last Sunday, we played that video clip in our kids' church saying we're going to have a 2319 Sunday Funday. And so what we want to do is take the 2319 deal and kind of break it down and get some ideas to base a kid ministry day off of that. And even kids today love Monsters Inc. They've Monsters Inc. I'm sorry. Yeah. Monsters Inc. And so they're familiar with that. A lot of us adults are especially familiar with the movie as well. So what we're going to do is just kind of go around the table first and introduce all of our players before we get started today.
Yeah, you forgot to do that.
We have more than a full house today. We are playing with a full deck and some extra cards. Okay.
And a couple jokers.
We've got. Oh, before I forget, everyone with the camera. We're wearing our Make Kidmin Great Again caps today, made by Lindsay Osborne. That's the name, Lindsay Osborne. One of our faithful listeners to our podcast and on Facebook. We asked Today to make these caps for us. They do T-shirts and signs and I guess stuff like that, small projects and whatnot. So Lindsay Osborne on Facebook said they could do this for us, and we ordered a set of caps. By the way, we have an order for 2 caps on an Instagram account. Came in just today for 2 of our caps. So yeah, so we can spend some money there.
Wow. Why do we not have an Owen Wilson soundbite?
Wow.
Who's Owen Wilson?
I am these guys. I am.
Wow. That's Jared.
No. It's
Wow. Jared does that. He's our soundboard.
You probably got it from Owen Wilson, though.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Oh, no, Jared is ha 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 ha.
And that, yes. He's a multi-purpose soundboard. Off to my left, he does podjinks for us, and he shaved his beard off. He looks like
a baby.
Yeah. Looks a lot younger, looks thinner, looks great. Got the Kidmin cap on today. And next to him is his wife.
You never even said his name.
I'm getting there.
Okay.
His wife is his name Alexa. His name is Travis. And together they are Travis and Alexa Johnson, everyone. Give it up for Travis, Alexa. Say hi. Alexa, say hi.
Hi.
Yes, get the microphone.
Don't worry, I'll get my beard back as ASAP as possible.
Okay.
No.
Thank you very much. Right in front of me is my daughter. She traveled with me on children's evangelism when I was out on the road. And she came up with the idea of the 2319 program that we're going to talk about today and brainstorm about. And right next to her, believe it or not, is her husband, which coincidentally is my son-in-law.
Whoa.
I don't know how that worked out, but I'm my own grandpa. And also, we have, can you get the new edition over here? Right over here, get the new edition coming up off the floor over here.
The people have to see.
Yeah, we have to bring him up here.
It's what the people want.
Huh? It's what the people want. Yes, get in front of the camera. Their first child, my first grandchild. Here he comes. How old is he? A month?
Yes.
Look in the camera. Look at him. Justice has been served, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Justin Taylor and Justice Binge. And that's baby Justice. He's a month old.
He'll be a month old in 2 days.
He'll be a month old in 2 days. All right. And over here, this guy is on a roll because today he texted me and said he wasn't going to be making it today because of his job. And I said, Jared, what's your priority in life? Your job or this podcast? I ain't gonna tell you what he said, but actions speak louder than words, ladies and gentlemen.
So he quit his job.
The one and only Jared, the Epic Henry. And then over here, eating. Are you eating cookies?
No.
Are you not? What you eating?
A mento.
He's eating an entire bowl of candy. Hold the bowl of candy up over there for us, Andrew. He's almost, look at that. It's almost empty.
Spill it, don't
He's
spill
ate
it.
all that candy by himself.
That thing was overflowing by the time we got in here.
Overflowing. Yes. I think I had a small Reese cup out of there. And anyway, he's here with us today. He has connections to President Donald Trump and connections to the Irish Kidmin, who we heard here a couple of podcasts ago. Let's give it up for a great big round of applause, everybody, for the one and only Andrew Griever.
Now, with the new locks that we put on the door, I figured they wouldn't make it in.
Well, no, they won't. Well, no.
Jerry's persistent. Go away!
Yeah. But hey, glad to have Andrew here and his peanut section over here as well. They're with us today. All 4 of them. Yes. To my right,
Restraining orders are still out.
she's probably been here once or twice maybe. She's here early. She wouldn't expect to be here today.
There's 2 people who want to expect to be here today.
Come in. I got off work early, I guess, and here she comes walking in here.
She quit also.
She works 65 hours a week, so we can have a place to live in. She's my wife. Give it up for Tanya Maccabee. My name is Randy, and it's time to move along, little doggy, and let's have some fun with 2319. Okay, as we said, 2319 will be a fun day, Sunday Funday.
Wow.
And now, this is a brainstorm think tank session that we're doing today, and we have really not discussed any of our details. A lot of times when we do this, we like to have it impromptu, and we like to kind of just off the cuff as much as possible. But we did have to lay some foundation before in a group text of just a few things, and that we had to go through and have those established, give us something to work with. And what we're going to do is, as much as possible, go parallel with the 2319 and develop some type of a theme that we can do in kids' church, a lesson, a game, dressing up, in the Bible verse, and all that kind of stuff, and see what we can come up with. You're welcome to take this idea and run with it yourself. But this is a once in a lifetime thing. You have to do it February 3rd, that's it. We really don't have to, but the fact that February 3rd coming up in 2019 is pretty incredible.
Silly not to.
It'd be silly not to. And plus, this time of the year, it's cold. Some churches experience a low volume of attendance in kids because of cold weather. Naturally, if it's snow day, and of course you can't get to church, but maybe an event like this help stir some excitement for your kids' church, and to start promoting it like tonight or tomorrow. Start promoting it on your kids' church Facebook page or whatever you got going. Have the secretary pull the bulletin for this Sunday, and stop the presses and we're gonna have a 2319 Sunday Funday with the kids, and if it's related to Monsters Inc., a cartoon or something like that, that automatically gets excitement for the kids going. So first and foremost, we want to get the main thing out of the way, and then talk about it and move on from there. And that's probably our Bible verse and a topic that we want to talk about. What Taylor has done is picked up some Bible verses, and coincidentally enough, we use the numbers 2319 and any mixture you want to. I think what we did was the 2nd chapter and 3rd verse, or how did you do that? How did you do it?
I found all the books that had a chapter 23 and a verse 19. Chapter
23, verse 19. Now, of course, you can break it up however you want to. You can get, however you want to those numbers, but the 20th book of the Bible has the 23rd chapter. We looked at the 19th verse, and tell us what you found. Tell us what you found.
So I have one that I like the most. I'm going to save that for last.
Okay.
But
wait, we got to do the drum roll.
Oh, okay.
So, 3 of them, right?
I do. I have 3 of them.
We have to do our drum roll. 2319 Bible verse number 3.
Matthew 23:19.
Okay.
It says, "Ye fools and blind, for whether is greater, the gift or the altar that sanctified the gift?"
Read it one more time.
Ye fools and blind, for whether is greater, the gift or the altar that sanctified the gift?
What are you guys thinking? Anybody receive anything? How can you use that Bible verse to break down and talk to the kids about, if we were to use that one for our lesson? Repeat it one more time. Now, I guess
my
Jesus.
Mic on?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're coming through. Okay. I guess this is Jesus talking to the Pharisees or someone.
Yes.
Okay.
Ye fools and blind, for whether is greater, the gift or the altar that sanctified the gift?
That's actually kind of a deep one. The gift of the altar. Wow. Interesting.
What is the gift?
Yeah, you have to kind of get that the whole chapter and kind of read the whole thing and kind of get some commentary.
The other ones aren't as deep. You don't have to get your rain boots on for the other ones.
Okay. Ready for number 2?
Sure.
2319. No, we're number 2. We're number 2. We're number 2.
The second one is Proverbs 23:19.
Proverbs.
Okay, sorry. Proverbs 23:19 says, "Hear thou, my son, and be wise, and guide thine heart in the way."
Hey, now that's something
That's a
pretty
good one.
simple.
Yeah.
You can work with that.
Short and simple. Yeah.
Do it one more time.
Hear thou, my son, and be wise, and guide thine heart in the way.
So just basically say, my son, or my child, you talk to the kids, and just simply talk about your heart and guiding your heart in the ways of the Lord. So that's something really simple to work with, okay?
Yeah.
All right, so this is your favorite one.
This is my favorite one.
Number 1. Holy moly!
2 Chronicles 23:19. And he set the porters at the gate of the house of the Lord, that none which was unclean in anything should enter in.
Oh, light went on. Okay, okay. Now, some of you may not have caught that. Did you guys catch that? Read it one more time.
And he set the porters at the gates of the house of the Lord, that none which was unclean in any way should enter in.
Okay, now I did not read these. I just know you sent them in a text, you know, the chapter and verse, and these are the books I found them. I did not go read them. Can you guys see why that one, I think that one worked best?
Take a shower.
Yeah, okay, you're on it.
The idea of 2319.
Listen to, you remember the movie clip, the 2319 scene?
Well,
what was the purpose what was the purpose
We never really
of
said it was
Decontamination.
2319.
Decontamination.
Because of what?
Yes.
Getting rid of the filth of the white sock, aka
Yeah.
sin.
Boom! Yes. Got it. I mean,
That's it. I've met my quota. I'm leaving.
Yes,
It's been a
leave on a
while-
high
it's been a
note.
while since I've seen that. Didn't they shave the whole monster?
Yeah, they shaved the whole entire thing.
What was the
and
name
then
of the orange and yellow monster that walked in?
CDA?
Did he the monster that had the sock
George
on?
Sanderson?
George Sanderson.
I like how they all have names like that.
Regular
Like
old names.
regular,
yeah.
like
Mike Wazowski.
Yeah, and Sullivan, whatever. Sullivan.
James P. Sullivan.
Yeah.
I know way too much about this
They're not,
movie.
they're not
Got
monster names. They're
George.
just like normal people.
So George Sanderson.
Sanderson. They even said
George
the name.
Sanderson walks in the Munster and he has a child's white sock. And when he enters into the Monsters Inc. world,
Monster.
Monsters Inc. world, with the sock on him, it's a decontamination issue.
Yeah. And
And
the reason
so-
it's called, did you explain the reason why it's called a 2319?
Yeah, break down the 23 and 19.
So 23 is,
Because that's
It's-
how many pairs of unmatched socks that you have.
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
It should be. So 2319 means white sock. And the reason they called it 2319 is
That's
because the
Boston
alphabet.
zip code. Right? Oh.
So that was the apartment number on the door that he went into,
No,
right?
That's the difference.
No, okay, sorry, Tyler. Continue on.
So it's 2319 means white sock, and 23.
Awesome.
So in the alphabet, W is the 23rd letter, and S is the 19th letter. So it's 2319 for white sock. WS.
Very good.
Yeah, because I think Boston's actually Red Sox. I think. I don't know.
I'll go White Sox.
Chicago. That's what I think. So 23rd
Hold on.
letter.
Jared
Jared.
just got a baseball team correct.
And I
Oh, he
hate
did?
it. And I hate it every second.
Jared Henry.
I don't know baseball.
I might need to text the sports chat, man. This is-
Before we move on here and stay on topic, Jared is literally the black sheep of the family today because he did not wear his Make Kidmin Great Again hat day. He has a black hat on.
Wow.
Yes, let's give him the. All right, so. But I have to kind of take it back a little bit because he came in right off of work. He worked all the day and just saying, man, I'm not going to be able to make it in time. But he made it
I
today.
think what it was,
so.
you guys just started late.
Well, yeah, we started late.
That's
Yep,
exactly
that's
what
why.
happened.
That's
Yeah,
right.
you're welcome.
Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah,
No,
you got Travis to
he
thank for
just
that.
knew he was going to get food if he showed up.
Okay, so to recap,
Yeah.
Taylor on 2319, recap real quick for us, and then read that Bible verse.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes.
You're going to have to give me a minute.
But you got to keep that one open because we got to keep jumping back to that
Okay,
and using it.
sorry.
But
You should be.
The W is the 23rd letter.
Yes, W is the 23rd letter of the alphabet, and S is the 19th letter of the alphabet. Together they make white sock and 2319.
This is a human alphabet.
Yes, and
Human
the
alphabet, not a Munster alphabet.
monster. And so the sock represented a contamination issue when he walked back into the Monsters World.
Yes, stick
And then the buzzers went off, the alarms went off. Yeah, I do have an alarm button on here somewhere. Thought I did. And that started going off. And then here comes the CDA.
What was the CDA?
CDA stands
Child
for
Detection Agency.
Child Detection Agency. Okay.
It's really sad how much I know about this.
Oh no. I did look that up. The CDA. I had to look that up because I want to know what those guys' name. I call them guys in the hazmat suits, but the characters in the yellow suits come in there to take the decontaminate the situation by taking the sock off George Sanderson's back that he didn't know was there, and isolate him and the sock. Put the sock underneath a dome, blew it up.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And used a shop vac to suck up all the dirt from it. And then they put George in a portable shower unit, shaved all of his fur off, poor guy, and then they gave him a hot shower and washed him down.
Put him in the cone of shame.
Put him in the cone of shame.
And then did like a wax strip, didn't they?
Yes,
No,
yeah.
they pulled a Band-Aid off.
Oh,
him,
yeah.
How in the world do they get a Band-Aid underneath all of his fur?
That's a really interesting point.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
We'll figure that one out
He's
later.
had the Band-Aid on since he was born.
Mythbusters, get on it.
And so they got rid of the contamination, which was the sock. And so now that we know the 2319 is an emergency to get rid of something that's filthy that should not be on you in the monsters world, read that Bible verse one more time, Taylor, and tell us where it's at.
2 Chronicles 23:19, and he set the porters at the gate of the house of the Lord, that none which was unclean in anything should enter in.
Wow. Now we can take that Bible verse, kind of talk a little bit about what that Bible verse talks about, for historical and learning in the Old Testament there, and kind of break that down, in simple terms for kids to understand and study on that, and then kind of just swiftly bring it on into how sin can attach itself to us and we not even know it's there. Ooh.
Oh,
I just puked that out.
Look at that.
Because see, George Sanderson was walking around and he didn't know it was there.
Didn't know it was
He was
there.
contaminated and didn't know it.
But and they saw it and they got rid of
But
it.
who saw it?
His brethren.
His
Come on.
yes, his helper
Get
Charlie.
it, girl.
People in his church or his family or whatever, they saw it. Now, who was the guy? Taylor, here's a good trivia. Who was the little green guy that called it out?
His name's Charlie. He was
I
his
didn't
little
know
helper.
that.
How does she know that?
I know.
Well, because
Amazing.
whenever he comes out of the door, he goes, "Keep the doors coming, Charlie. I'm on a roll today." And then he turns around and
I would have never figured it out.
2319. I told you, it's really sad how much I know.
No, it's not. It's good. See, that's why it's good for people who know your Disney cartoons to be in kid ministry.
Yep.
This is why, right here. Know your cartoons, people. Know them.
And if you need to know Marvel,
Hong Kong
you got me,
Phooey.
Justin,
Yes.
and Travis.
Marvel.
Right.
You gotta know Marvel. You need someone like Travis who knows comic books. Okay. We have Taylor who knows her movies. Justin knows games,
I know baseball.
video games.
Apparently you're true. You're right. Yeah.
Jared doesn't even know who Ken Griffey is.
Alexa can turn off your lights and
I know Ken Griffey Jr.
answer
Yeah.
all your questions.
Yeah, Jared knows baseball.
Strike three, you're out.
And Andrew.
What are you bringing to the table?
No, he's got some voice impersonation. He knows some Marvel.
What are you talking about?
He's
So,
got
a lot of Marvel.
He knows. He's got a little plethora of things going on too.
You know the MC.
He knows a lot of people.
He knows the MC.
He is one of our sound guys. So
got connections.
yes,
I have connections.
he has connections to the Irish Kidmin and to President Trump.
If you need any political discussion,
Not with our kids.
I'm your man.
Nah.
Not with
I'm
our
saying
kids.
I said if. I said if.
Yeah. Okay.
That's going to be a new section.
If Judah wants to come up to me and say, "Hey, how's the wall coming?" I'll let him know. That's why if.
Now look in the camera over here. For those of you who heard us talk about Andrew, he sounds like he's 29. And he's really how old?
I got this whole thing. I have to explain this to a lot of people. I sound like I'm in my mid-20s to 30s. I look like I'm in my mid-20s. I behave like I'm a middle-aged man. I have the schedule of a middle-aged man, but I am really 17, trapped, and a middle-aged man who looks like a mid-20s.
Fantastic, mate.
Yeah. So I got a whole lot going on here.
Yeah, he's got it
You're a
going.
mess.
So yeah. And all right. So where were we at? I went to chase a rabbit somewhere. We was talking about Jared and baseball. And before that, we was pointing out how certain people on our staff here have
Yeah.
you have associated.
But what does
No.
Justice do?
Justice?
He's adorable.
He's going to be.
He's just downright. Yes, he's just downright
He
adorable.
just the cuteness points.
Yes.
I'm still training him.
Yes.
He's gonna be our quarterback one day.
I used to bring the adorableness to the table, but I guess he can take it now.
Gotta pass it to the next
I used to
generation
be the
over
cute
here.
one.
Trevor. Oh, sorry, I didn't hit that. I didn't do that.
That's why she
Okay.
just did
That's
it.
not beyond.
So here's what we do. Here's what we do for 2319 Sunday Funday. We're gonna use that Bible verse. We can use that storyline to build our lesson with, and yeah, we was talking about how your church and people in your family and stuff how you might walk around with sin in your life and may not know it's there. Now, how do you guys handle it if someone calls you out? No matter how if they do it nicely, politely, pull you off to the side and say, "Hey, man, has that ever happened to you?" Then pull you off to the side and say, "Hey, man, are you all right?" You know, like kind of like you're showing a bad part of yourself. Is everything okay? And they're kind of like you might be going through some really hard stuff or whatever. And
that's the way to do it, not alarms blaring.
Yeah, exactly. So we can use that situation to say on that cartoon, say this is not how we, tell someone something's wrong with them by blaring it out to everyone and making a big production of it.
Having a government agency come in.
Yeah, having a government agency. Yes, thank you. See, there's the political side of it coming in there. He contributed to it. Don't call a political agency to come in and take care of it. And but the Bible talks about that. How you approach your brother. You don't go and say, "Hey, take the splinter in our eye when you got a beam in your own eye." Okay, and the Bible does talk about several scriptures how you approach that to help someone. Okay, number one, we just pray for them. So we want to teach our kids. If you see someone that having a really doesn't look right, having a bad day, just pray for them and be nice to them, and just go around about that away. But still, if you see something, just do what you can in a best polite way to take care of yourself and you and Jesus. If it gets worse, you want to talk with them about it. Say, is there something I can do to help you? Offer assistance, or whatever. So any ideas on that, how you can try to maybe relate that to kids. Just you see something wrong with someone, we don't do it this way, but we need to do it this way. Because who wants to be called out? And it may not even be that person's issue. It may not even be what you think it is, And they may not be in a sinful state. They might be hurt. And so we have to consider that with other people. We see something wrong with them. There's a certain way that we handle that, I guess. And so we want to teach our kids how to do that because I grew up in churches that did that kind of stuff. If you did something wrong, they called you out. And it's, as a kid, I watched that kind of stuff happen before. I don't see too much of it anymore, from where I've been the last several years. But I've noticed, growing up as a child, I've seen that kind of behavior take place in churches, and it shouldn't be. That's right. Yeah, that's our Justice. Okay, he's over here crying if you can hear him. He's getting hungry or tired.
No.
He's fussy. Taylor may have to take out from us. Please don't.
Lolly's got it.
Oh, Lolly's got it? Okay.
Be a little poopy.
Uh-oh. Dookie
Yeah.
time. Oh, we didn't have a sound
Little
effect
Dookie
there.
Howser over here.
So, while we're there, before we move on, any ideas you can contribute to the lesson or an perspective rather, on that?
I think everybody should wear a white sock on their back.
Yes.
I think even the kids, and then at the end of it, say, "Let's get rid of our white
Why don't we
socks."
write
Everyone
like a
has a white
sin?
Well, I mean,
sock.
before we
On
get
your
that
white
part,
sock.
before we get to that part, anything else for the lesson we can add? I mean, and I know it can take a lot of fine tuning and whatnot.
Like
We each have a sin written on our white sock that we
But
need to get rid of.
okay, so let's transfer out of the Bible verse.
tell the kids, everyone has a white sock in their life that you don't know about, and just think about that next time someone might be mean to for a reason, but it's their white sock that they have to.
Yeah, what's your white sock?
Keep an eye out for the white sock.
And keep out for a point that it was on the back of George's on his back and he didn't know it.
Either he didn't know it or he ignored it.
Well, he was coming out of the door to the human world.
He was coming out of the world into the church.
He was coming out of the world back into the factory.
Sometimes
And he didn't know he had the white sock until somebody, screamed it at
when
him.
you come into the church, you need to get rid of everything, and you might cling to something that is hindering you. So you might have a white sock of your own whenever you're like a new member.
And there we
Like
go with
the white
pride.
sock is the
He
bourbon,
came out. He
is
came
bourbon.
into the monster world with pride.
Or whatever. Yeah, you can put any label,
Yeah, he was
label
so
on that.
proud of
Yeah.
himself.
Yeah,
all that he
was so
accomplished.
proud. Yeah, that he.
But there's still something that
Because of the pride, he missed it.
Yep.
Here's something else that comes to my mind is the Apostle Paul said, I die daily, or it goes, I repent daily. Just because we go out in the world, we go to our jobs or do whatever we do, and we can probably come home that night and think, in a spiritual way, man, I did really good today. And it might be a day where you actually did. And it's like, you had a real good day, and as far as being, in a spiritual aspect, you look at yourself and you think, I really had a good spiritual day today. Just being out in the world, sin can get on you.
Yeah.
And you still have to take a bath the next day. You can go to work and or go out for the day, and let's say, for instance, you don't walk through any dirt, you don't dig holes, or get sweaty and have an entire day and come home and think, man, I'm still clean. No, you're not. You still have to take a bath.
Sometimes something might happen that affects you and sticks with you. You don't even realize it.
It still attaches itself to you, whether you see it there or not.
Yep.
Whether you know that you committed something wrong that you have to ask forgiveness for, sin will still attach itself to you, and don't even know it's there.
Yeah.
And you still have to die daily, or decontaminate daily. Okay? Or pray and ask for forgiveness every day. God, I'm sorry. Forgive me if the sins that I don't know was there.
Yeah.
And so maybe that white sock could focus in on another Bible verse, or another parallel in the Bible about those things that we don't know are there, but still attach itself to us because we are out in the world. We're not of the world, but we're still out there. And just because we have the Holy Ghost, because we prayed that morning, or we read or listened to our Bible app that day or whatever, doesn't prevent you from doesn't give you immunity.
Yeah.
Okay, it gives you strength and guidance, but it doesn't give you immunity because you're still out there. We're still human. We're still going to do something stupid and sinful, and whether we realize we actually done it or not, it's there. We have to come in and get cleaned up from it. So we kind of swing it that way as well. Now let's talk about move on, because I think we got some good stuff to work with there as far as a lesson and a narrative and a point to bring home to the kids. You guys are talking about the sock. So as we promote 2319, we even ask our kids that we want to have them be prepared to bring in and wear a sock on their shoulder or their back. And when we make our flyers, the parents will know they need to come in and have a sock, a clean sock, attached to their back. Jared would wear a dirty one, wouldn't you, Jared? Yes, he would. He'd walk out in the yard with it and get it all dirty and stinky, wear it for 4 days. Wouldn't you? And stick it on the back there. But how all the kids come in, just tape it on there or safety pin it, and parents have your kids come in, safety pin a sock on their back, clean sock, and we're going to use that for the 2319 and bring that sock into the lesson. And so whenever at the end of the lesson, maybe we have our prayer time or whatever, we can use that sock as a symbol, and use it as an illustration. All right, kids, stand up, look around. We all have the sock on our back, and George Sanderson didn't know it was there. Okay? But you see it on your friend's back. Okay? They don't know it's there. So what do? Do you make a big alarm and yell it out and call them out in front of everyone, or do you go pray about it? And what do you think the kid's going to say? Hopefully they say, pray about it. And just, say, hey, would you want to be called out? Because you got one on your back too. And, you get all kinds of ways you can do that, help them think a little bit and kind of somehow, some of the process for the altar call, whatever, that sock comes off. Maybe help each other take it off or whatever and go pray for it. Maybe have a kid go to a friend, take their sock off and go pray. God, whatever this represents in their life, I pray for. I don't know what it is. It may not be marked or labeled or anything, but it's contaminating my friend's life. And I'm going to take it off, and I'm going to go pray for him.
That's what you pray for. You do like that?
Yeah. Just keep the sock, put your hand on the back, and everyone puts their hand on the back, on top of that sock. Put your hand on that sock.
And then put your hand in the sock.
And make it a sock puppet, right?
That's what you pray with, God.
Start praying through the sock. Thank you, Jared. So you can end up that way. think we did good on that. I think y'all did great. A lot of good ideas. Anything else? Any good inspirations or epiphanies or whatever? All right, let's move on and talk about everything else.
Who knew Monsters Inc. was so deep?
I know it. There's a spiritual connection and all this kind of
That's
stuff.
just that one scene.
Right?
Yeah.
That's only like what, like
That's a minute, two minute scene.
And it's a 2 hour, an hour and a half movie? I don't know. What is it? It's like, you probably know the exact second.
Yeah, it's a minute and 42-second clip, I believe it was.
Next week we'll discuss another part of the movie.
Yeah.
The fact that
We'll just break down
laughs
the
are
movie.
100% or 100 times more powerful than screams.
And I can go through this. And if I might say, how many times after a Disney movie comes out, these people, did you see that part in the movie? That symbolizes blah, 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 and it's like really bad.
They're always looking for something.
Always looking for something totally negative in a film, and being pessimistic, which, whether it's there or not, I never discover or care to know if it's there or not. But, while they talk about that, we can pull out some good stuff like this for kid ministry.
Like how Finding Nemo could be a story of the prodigal son.
Yeah. Simple things like that. And then even deeper to 2319. I mean, who'd have thunk it? How old is that movie?
Say about.
What year was it? 2001.
2001?
I don't know for sure.
Someone researched
17, 18 years, depending on the month.
Alexa, when did Monsters Inc.
Are you talking to your wife?
Just about to do that.
My wife. She's looking up for me.
So she's going to look it up.
Mine has some lag, too.
Buffering.
Yeah. The Wi-Fi's not good.
And then, and so there's this deep spiritual
wife.
Yes, Alexa.
Did you see what I did there?
2001.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
She was right. 2001. So that makes it
as old as me.
What? No, wait. 2001. What's the year? What's today's date?
Wow.
Year 23. Oh, it's 2019. Duh. And in 2001 it
I have
came
another
out.
thing to mention after.
Well, it depends on the month. It could be 17, about to turn 18 years old.
Yes. So
like me.
if we
Or it could already
from
be
2001 to 2019, we should carry the one.
Alexa, what day was Monsters Inc. released?
Buffering.
Well, let me go reset the router.
Recalculating.
November 2nd.
Recalculating.
November 2nd.
November
in
2nd.
America?
So it's not,
Like,
it's not
what about
quite
international?
18 years old yet.
Not quite 18 years
It's like
old yet.
17
years
is
old in
almost in
November.
2 months.
And
Alexa,
here we are.
So where was John Travolta born?
And so here we are, not quite 18 years later, and we've come across 2319 as a kid's Sunday Funday, just in time, a once-in-a-lifetime event to actually pull it off. All right, so here we go. All right, we got our lesson base. We have ingredients for our lesson and our narrative for the day, for the scripture and all. Now let's talk about our costumes, a game, if we want to. This is what I've done so far, or what we're going to do is I'm going to get all the guys. We're going to order some yellow hazmat suits. They're like $12 a piece or something. And so I'll need your size for a uniform. Once I'll send you the link. And you
I've never worn a hazmat suit.
Yeah, I don't
No
really
idea
know
what
the
size I am.
size.
Well,
for
when
it.
I send you the link, it should tell you the description for the
Like,
size.
is that something that we should know? Like
Yeah.
our hazmat suit size?
For the,
White- the
for
white
the
shirt.
future.
It'll be on the order. It'll be on the listing. It'll say how big it is. Select which one you want.
Double X for me. Children's large for Jared.
You mad?
And so all the adult staff will be wearing yellow hazmat suits for starters. We start promoting some flyers, hand out every Sunday. We'll print something out and tell them all the kids need to be wearing a sock on their shoulder, safety pin to it or whatever, a clean sock for that day. What else can we do to prepare for decor?
A game.
Let's talk about the game.
Pin the,
we always
pin
have
the
an
sock
activity
on the
game.
donkey.
And the sock on the monster.
Pin the sock on the
There it is.
monster. Oh,
That's it.
But couldn't we do
Oh yeah, you have. You're not
I
mic.
don't have a mic, but couldn't we do like you know how you would sneak and put "kick me" on the back of somebody? Couldn't we sneak and do that with a sock
Oh,
on a kid?
she's.
But
being-
here's the
she's
thing:
being-
could we maybe like a kick me sign, like sneak and put a sock on someone?
That's what Tanya was saying.
Oh,
She's not on a microphone.
See,
I did not hear that.
Yeah, right.
here's what we could do. We could pick a random kid, get a razor, shave their head completely,
Oh, just like
and then get a power hose, and then just hose them down in the middle of the service.
Throwing shame on him.
We can do some kind of tournament. Whoever loses the tournament.
Yes.
Has to go in the cone of shame.
Get shaved and pressure washed.
The ones we know.
Silly stringed.
Oh, high school.
Pressure washed.
I hope it's not Judah.
Pressure wash. Oh,
Judah hates
So,
silly string.
if we do a game, is this like a crowd game or a one-on-one game?
Elimination game. Like that Four Corners game.
Well, if we do the pin the sock on the monster, that we could,
Monster.
Gee, why am I like?
You've been saying that for so long.
I know, but
You literally went on a stretch of like 2 minutes. You're like Monsters Inc. and the Monsters and the Monsters and the Monsters.
The monsters are the whole
How do you
different.
say ambulance?
ambulance.
Oh, you said it right
That's how you
now.
say ambulance.
That's how I say ambulance.
Ambulance.
Okay.
Ambulance.
Yeah, rabbit.
What, buddy? Ambulance.
I just about to do that.
So, pin the sock on the monster.
Yeah.
So we need a picture of a monster on the wall,
Or you could just have
and
someone dress up as a
blindfolds,
monster.
and
Dress-
someone dress up as a
dress
monster.
Ethan up as a
Monster.
monster.
Why do we all say Ethan?
I don't know.
That's what I was thinking.
That's kind of what we're all thinking.
He would do it.
He has the orange hair.
Hey,
on
doesn't
his
he?
face.
Doesn't he have that camo suit? What do they call it? The big long
ghillie
string?
suit?
Ghillie
Yes,
suit.
ghillie suit.
Yeah.
Because I ain't doing it.
Does he not have a ghillie suit?
I think
What's
he
a ghillie
does.
I think he does have a ghillie suit.
Oh,
I
that
think he
is
does.
Yeah, the sniper suit.
for hunting.
Yeah,
stuff.
he looked like a big old fuzzy furry monster or
Mothman.
something like monster.
Bog monster.
Monster.
Swamp monster. Yeah, so we could make him that, and either he can stand still or move a little bit and have a target area to where they come up blindfold and try to stick it on
And
him.
we'll just have Velcro on the
Or-
sock instead of just sticking it with pins.
Yeah.
If you want to go kind of like haywire, this is a haywire idea, but maybe we can fine tune it. Give everyone a sock, move all the benches out of the way. First kid to slap that sock on the target zone's back wins.
There you go.
I kind of did. I don't know how easy it would be to do though.
What is it?
So the whole concept of the movie is them filling up the canisters, right? What
Is
if you
what?
can filling up the canisters with like sound screams?
Oh yeah.
So
Okay.
like we can replicate the canisters and like somehow like
I just saw somebody made Pringle cans.
maybe like you can like make it to where you fill it up and whoever fills it up.
Fill it up with money.
Some kind of relay.
Boys versus
The
girls.
that's the
You do
the
the
offering
offering-
tray as
offering.
the canisters.
Fill it up.
Hold on, before we get to offering.
Oh,
let's do
yeah.
our
Oh,
game
you know
first.
what?
No, don't get the
I
offering
just
yet.
thought of something.
It's
The
not
game for
offering
the
it.
game.
For the game, okay. We're still on the
Have you
game.
seen these yellies? Little monster spider things that you have to yell to make them go?
No.
Yeah,
Yelly
Nev-
races.
Nevea has them.
Yeah. Yell, like you have to yell and like there's much
There's sound
noise.
activated?
The louder
Yeah.
you yell, the
So
faster
is
it
it
goes.
like that game on the iPhone where it's a
Yes.
chicken and you have
Probably.
Oh my
literally
God.
So it's just a new toy,
you
the
have to
yellow
Yeah.
It's a
mic.
new toy. They're called yellies, and the louder you yell, the
Faster
crazier
it
or
goes.
faster.
That's
they go.
funny.
How big is it?
It's like a little
Size of a silver dollar?
Yeah.
Like a little spider.
Like a little spider.
like
And
the
does it-
size of
does
a
it-
Deer Park water bottle.
Okay.
It fits in your pocket.
So does it jump or does it kind of go forward?
It just runs.
It
forward.
runs. So it kind of like little spider legs, and then the louder
Louder you yell, the faster
it goes and keeps running.
Because
It's
that's
like
funny
when-
because
Okay.
in the movie the kids scream and that's what gets the monster to.
It fills up the canister.
It fills up the
Okay,
canister.
because now we're involving a new toy here, which is another concept I like about it. So I like the idea of the
Yeah.
toy. Getting these. How much are they? Like $10 or
$10
something?
on Amazon.
Alexa, how much are yellies?
According to Amazon, $10.
So we can get them at Walmart anywhere.
The Wi-Fi got fixed.
Okay. So I think we should go with the yellies because, like Justin said, the fear. We can say, talk about the movie and say, hey, the monsters are out.
Monsters.
Monsters are collecting canisters of fear.
Yeah, but we can do that for the offering, and then that could be the game. So the offering plates would just be the canisters, right?
Yeah. And
You can do that.
Ooh, how about this?
Okay.
I don't know how we would do this, but I'm thinking about it. We would find a way to get two people, and they would each have a yelly, whatever it is. Okay, we would set one out, and we would try to scare them and see how loud they can scream. And whoever goes the furthest, which means they scream louder, therefore got scared more, loses. Whoever gets scared the least wins.
So not tell them that you're about to put the yelly down.
No,
and
wait.
just
The one that
scare 'em?
scares the least wins.
Yeah.
Can I?
So
No,
we're-
that means
So we're gonna traumatize.
that'd be
these
too
kids?
easy. They'd be doing.
Well,
they'd be
yeah,
trying
yeah,
not to yell
traumatize.
loud.
I mean,
You have to scare the most.
Well, we're not really trying to fill up a canister, though, are we?
So
That's for the monsters, not the people
what's-
getting scared.
What's the narrative of if two kids have a screaming contest for a yelly, and they go the farthest with it, what do they get to do? Put money in the offering canister? Is that what you're saying?
I didn't get that far.
Oh, okay.
Something just popped into my
Scare
head.
kids.
Yeah, just was scared.
We have the yellies on a table, and at the
Okay.
end of the table on the ground we have the canister. So the yellies, whenever the yelly falls off the table, it lands in a canister, and that's who wins.
It probably knocks over the canister.
Well, I mean, you can have a big
bucket.
canister.
A bigger bucket.
Yeah,
Either that
big-
or we get a 10-gallon bucket and we buy 10,000 yellies.
I'd say we get an 11-gallon bucket.
Even more.
How about an even better 11 pound?
With even more.
With even more zinging, more better.
So we need to get someone on the game aspect. I think we need to do the yellies. Get a couple of those right away and test them and work with them and see how they work on our tables and whatnot, and play it out first before we actually put it up there and produce it. So that's good advice. Anywhere when you do the game and you're messing with new equipment, new toys like this, get it in advance and work with it and test it and try it out yourself, and think of everything negative that can happen and go wrong, because you want to prevent that from happening in your game when you're actually performing that day. So you want to try to do as much as you possibly can and think about what could go wrong, and put a preventative measure up for it. So when you play that game that day, you're set. You got everything ready to go.
Yeah, because
as much as possible.
will they detect the high-pitched scream of girls? Like the high frequency?
That's the thing. That's
Will
what
it bypass that?
I think
I'm
they're
sure it
mainly
will.
made for girls because they're like
And kids, which
Because-
all
because-
have high pitch.
That's
Strings.
true.
They're like
Here's
purple and pink.
yellies. Put that in the camera up there. That's what a yelly
I
looks
don't
like.
think they're
They're technically
anticipating
spiders,
30-year-old
but
guys
they
with deep
look like-
voices.
Yeah, they look like little
screaming.
fuzzy
Like-
They're
spiders.
like little monsters.
And so that'd be great.
Nevaeh has one.
Okay, you're way off screen there,
Am I?
Travis.
I'm trying to look.
Oh, it's,
there's
it's like a 20-second
You're gonna-
delay.
you're
20-second
gonna-
delay, so your arm's going to get
It's
strained.
picking up. It's even picking up your credit card information.
No.
Uh-oh.
Ah!
Yeah,
Joke's on you. I don't have any money.
That's what a yelly. So, all right, yeah, $12 and some change. We can order a few of those, and then that'll be our game. Now, when we do our offering collection, we usually, what we were doing, because we can change this and make it different, we would have boys versus girls, and they get a point for the team that gives the most, and then we have a little game or activity to come up behind that. And we don't have to do that with this time, but I guess we can do the yellies as just a game in itself, boys versus girls, okay? And the offering, is there anything we can do to make offering contests fun? Make it different to go parallel with the storyline
Wait,
here?
I thought we were doing the yellies with the offering.
No, it was just a game.
I thought the game was chasing Ethan in the ghillie suit with the socks.
Well, that was the first game we talked about.
I'm
The second
so
game.
confused.
Well, we got two of them here. We was talking about the ghillie suit,
I mean, it's a
chasing
fun
the
set.
sock, and then we can still do both of them.
Yeah, we can do both of them. It's a
We can
Sunday
still-
Sunday.
Yeah.
So we can.
I say we go ahead and let's talk about the ghillie suit. Should we?
Maybe we should ask Ethan first, though.
Yeah, make sure he has a ghillie suit.
You can probably get like a cheap one online though.
Yeah, I feel like we have to have them at church.
All it is
We've done them
it's-
before.
We've got so many hunters here. Someone's got to have a ghillie suit.
It's just a bunch of strips.
I mean, ghillie suits aren't really like practical for like hunting.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're not. They're more
military sniper because you're
Right.
trying to be completely camouflaged.
But
Like-
some people got them because they're just so
You're
cool
trying
to
to look like
have.
a Christmas tree when you're standing up.
I think he has one. I'm almost certain he does, unless he got.
I feel like Ethan would have one.
Yeah, if there's
Yeah.
anybody in the church that would have one, it'd probably be Ethan.
All right, I got an idea for the offering.
All right.
We have the kids bring money,
Perfect.
and
Good
the
idea.
boys
Good
put
so
it into
far.
a specific pan,
The
and the
game-
girls put it into a specific pan, and then we count it and see who wins.
Solid. Solid.
Yeah, he's got the. So whoever's got the most offering
Right.
wins that day.
Right.
Well, I think you've nailed it.
You're
Solid.
radical. You're a radical.
You need
Man,
to
I know,
make
man,
some.
I'm-
You need to
that's
make
what
some twists, right?
Yes.
So you need to be like,
Yes.
all right, who gives the most money wins. But then at the end of it, whoever gave the most money actually lost. Like you surprise them. You're like, the boys are winning. Because the girls always win. So
Okay.
No, I don't think we accomplished too much with that. But
The boys have been killing it lately.
Then next week they'd say, "I didn't bring any money. We're gonna win."
Yeah.
surprisingly,
coming here with nothing.
Secret sabotage.
All right. This is the ghillie suit. If he has a ghillie suit, or if he doesn't, we can pull out the inflatable T-Rex costume. That's still be a monster, right?
Yeah, it could be a
Monster.
Yeah, you can put like a sheet of felt on there and then have Velcro on the socks and Because the socks aren't gonna stick.
So we
to
have
that.
to build some socks ourselves to go with this, like a sock toss. They just keep throwing them at him until it hits that target while he runs around on the T-Rex.
Sure.
Well, back in World War II, they used to take socks and they would put like oil grease on them, but they would stick C4 down in the sock.
Yeah.
And they would use it as a sticky bomb.
Oh, really?
So we're doing that to Ethan.
So we're going to do that to Ethan. We're going to take oil grease, cover them with socks, and then just launch them at Ethan.
Oh, wow.
Bars of soap and just
Yeah.
beat him repeatedly
no.
in the head.
100%.
No, not bars of soap.
Sounds fun to me.
So we can work on, we have a game for the Yellies,
Uh,
just boys versus girls, and we can have a game activity after the offering. So we can work on that as we go. We haven't nothing really nailed down on that, but we got some elements to work with there. So when we do a fun day, it is money that we have more fun on that day, basically. And so we want to incorporate that in, but we still keep our lesson in there and a little altar call as well. So as far as action songs, is there an action song that we have that would go along with this? I don't know of any.
What about
Just make them jump
is it
scares.
possible to make an action song after
Jump.
the song during the credits? Because there's a song at the very beginning of the movie and then one at the credits. You know what I'm
on the
talking
actual on Monsters?
about? On the actual movie.
God is bigger than the boogeyman.
Oh.
is that a song?
Yeah, VeggieTales.
Oh, it is?
Because you always use that on Halloween, but you can use it for this.
I guess yeah, because that the one I'm thinking about, I don't think it has lyrics.
Doesn't have lyrics. It goes.
Yeah, you're right.
So God is bigger than the boogeyman. That's an oldie but a goodie that we could pull out.
They probably know
We'd have to
that.
come up with actions for it. Surely there's a YouTube on. Someone's got that, maybe.
Probably.
I can
Do
do something.
If
you
not,
can,
or Taylor can come up with
Thriller.
You've already got the choreography down, so you don't have to worry about anything.
Yes. We're totally teaching our
They're
kids.
gonna be coming
Thriller.
out doing.
yeah, everyone, all right, kids, everyone do this.
You're gonna be going out of the sanctuary. You're gonna have a bunch of ministers coming up.
All the kids come to the altar in the big church.
Carmen?
No, crazy thing. MJ was wearing white socks in that.
Yes, he was, and one white glove.
If there's
Hey,
a
Carmen has a song called No Monsters. If we
Oh
wanna
yeah,
really
I know
take,
that.
yeah.
let's
That
really
used to
take it
scare
back.
me so bad.
No monsters. Yeah, yeah.
no monster.
That's scary.
Let's throw it real
No
back.
monsters.
Or the witch's
Monsters.
invitation.
So Taylor, look at the song "No Monsters" by Carmen. Monsters.
I'm gonna
And
throw
we
my
can
favorite
serve
line
monster. We can serve monster drinks
with monster cheese.
and monster cheese. Oh yes, thank
Monster
you.
Punch. Well, eyeballs.
If
I
you
want
wa-
punch.
Speaking of which,
Not witches, monsters.
yeah. Speaking of punch,
Ow!
if we have snacks that day, if we want to do snacks that day, we serve monster drinks and monster cheese. I'm joking, we are not. But what could you serve?
You
We
could
could make like a
get some
monster punch.
get some Halloween. No, I'm just joking. I was wondering.
Blue Hawaiian punch and put some eyeballs in it.
You'd probably have to extract
The
some
Cookie
ideas
Monster?
from Halloween.
Yeah.
Cookie Monster. Cookie Monster, yes, Cookie Monster.
Monster.
Cookie.
I do it every time.
He is a monster. And cookies for the snack.
Toy.
Man, if we had a Cookie Monster puppet. Only we
Why
had
don't
that.
you get on that?
Yeah. So snacks. What can we do for snacks if we did a served up something to drink and eat?
Bread and water.
We could ask Amanda to make some Cookie Monster cupcakes.
This Cookie Monster popcorn.
Well, let me see. Cookie Monster popcorn.
Balloon has Oreos in it.
Oh, check this
Well,
out.
see if they
That's
have like
what-
So this
like,
is
mon-
on
like
Pinterest.
actual monster,
Amanda can probably do that. She makes
like,
good popcorn.
actual
Like
Monster
that.
Inc. character
That is
cupcakes.
blue popcorn. Show it on the video there. She went on Pinterest.
Way off
And
there.
what's it called? Is it called
Cookie Monster popcorn.
Look on Pinterest
Amanda
for
could
Cookie
probably
Monster
pull that.
popcorn and look at the picture.
Popcorn.
It's blue popcorn.
It smells like popcorn.
Like
And it's
some
got-
like the big.
how do you get the little eyeballs in there? Is that candy eyeballs?
Yeah. I
With
think
little
they have
miniature Oreos and miniature chocolate chip. Probably like
Subway.
Cookie Crisp
Cookie
cereal.
Crisp. Cookie Crisp.
Cookie Crisp cereal cookies in there with the
I would have that.
popcorn. That's
all the
probably
Cookie
what that
Crisp
is.
comes to me.
So there's some snacks there. What kind of drink do we have? Nothing comes to mind.
I feel like
Well, wait,
just
hold on a
punch.
second.
Any kind of
The guy George, he's the one that got contaminated, right?
Uh huh.
Can't you just take like the color, make a bowl of
Orange.
punch, Okay.
There's orange Hawaiian punch.
Orange and yellow punch.
And then throw like some stuff in there for the dots. Cause does he have polka dots on him?
No, he's stripes.
Stripes. Okay.
We have orange punch and a yellow punch.
Okay.
To go with to coordinate with George Sanderson's monster collar.
No, Sully is polka dots.
I'll be trained yet before it's over. Monster. So okay, so we've got a couple games to work with. We'll be in costumes. The kids will be wearing white socks on their shoulders. It ties into the lesson. And is it First Chronicles or Second? Second Chronicles 23:19 is our Bible verse that we can use. And so we talked about the narrative for that. We have possibly an activity to go with our offering. So it gives us two good activities to work with, a game and an offering game. And some snacks, a little bit of snack idea to work with there. The guys are dressed in the yellow hazmat outfits. Is there anything else we can use for decor or something we can make as a prop to put in there that wouldn't take us too long to throw together? Someone talked about the cone of shame a while ago.
The cone of shame is what they put around them after they.
It's like the dog funnel.
Yeah.
We have it though.
Okay, if we had a couple of those.
We need.
Let's build
game.
Let's build Boo's door.
Ooh. All the kids that misbehave, that's their punishment.
No,
they might actually like it.
The kids who misbehave, we need to send them to Roz. I'm watching you, Wazowski.
Can I vote Rose for that?
Yes.
Oh, Sister Rose. What if we have two of those dog funnels? A boy and a girl, and the team who can throw the most socks inside, they sit down with that funnel. That's like a basket. We can toss socks in there or ping pong balls.
No socks. I volunteer my socks.
Oh, dirty socks.
Oh, that's so evil.
Dirty socks. Toss them in there.
All right, the socks you put on tomorrow, you don't take off until that Sunday.
Starting tomorrow? Even
when you're in the shower.
That would clean up.
Gross.
Wet sock though.
They gotta go in your shoes. Like
yeah.
I mean, the sock on the monster's back was probably not clean.
Yeah.
It was sticking to him, dude.
Yeah.
Well, he's
static electricity.
No, it was stuck to him, man. It was all sticky with candy and spit.
Ew. They did have to take it off with giant tweezers.
That was for
their own safety.
That was for the infection.
Yeah. So what if we made a big giant pair of tweezers to use in the game?
You had to take them off and move them to a bucket.
No, inside we gotta use the kids with the funnel.
Oh, okay.
Have a boy and a girl, boys versus girls, and
make it a relay.
Maybe like for the boys team, their funnel recipient has to be a girl.
Yeah.
Because we want to bury their face in dirty socks. You could make it a relay
and have like 3 kids for each team, so 3 boys, 3 girls. Have a kid, we just cover them in socks. Give another kid a big giant pair of tweezers. They have to take the tweezers, pick up one sock, and go drop it in the funnel.
Has to be one sock at a time. So where are we going to get all these socks from?
You can go.
Well, I mean, you can get socks at Walmart. You can get socks.
Well, no, really. I mean, usually if there's a indoor flea market somewhere, there's these guys that sell nothing but socks.
Is Sears still
like
open?
47 pairs for $3.
If Sears is still open, they have I bought like 12.
He bought a 12-pack of socks for like $1.
No, it's $3. It was $3.
Oh, they're not opening.
I've got a good bit of kids socks at school that we like match with, like matching.
You stole your kids' socks.
Dollar Tree. Hey, Dollar Tree. Does Dollar Tree sell them?
When they're bad, you should take the sock.
Five
so
Below.
I got a big collection.
Five Below.
Five Below and Dollar Tree. Surely Dollar Tree has like 3 pairs of kids' socks.
I've got like a Ziploc this big. It's
so that's where we can get socks at. But they have to do one sock at a time. If we could, how would we make a giant pair of tweezers?
Everybody go to Dollar Tree sometime in the next couple
Maybe you can get like
$5
can you maybe just get like 2, I don't know, like pieces of cardboard or maybe like thin boards and then pick a spring and kind of like
two pool noodles
and then like a spring and then kind of like tape it at the bottom. That way it would actually act as a tweezer. It's pretty easy to put together.
It has to be like a spring in there.
Yeah,
to attract it.
it's the only way you're going to get it to.
Yeah. So we don't have to do tweezers, but if we can develop a couple pair of giant tweezers, where they can pick up one sock at a time and carry it out of a basket, and to the kid with the funnel around their neck, because they just sit there and they fill that up with socks over their head.
You have to make sure they don't suffocate.
They won't.
Make sure they can breathe.
They won't suffocate. Yeah.
We just need to.
We'll put a straw in their mouth and through the nose, bring it on.
Get skewers, and they have to do chopsticks.
We just need 2 boards or something like that.
Yeah. Even they don't have to be real big. They can just.
Yeah. Exactly. Like I'm thinking like
Get two skewers and do that little mechanism that makes them chopsticks where they can just pinch them. There's
Okay.
like something that you put on skewers and it makes them chopsticks for kids.
Like a little
They
spring
don't-
load deal?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Okay.
They won't be very big.
All right.
That's
So-
why you get wood skewers, because wood skewers are bigger than chopsticks.
Or the paint sticks, even. They're wider.
Oh, that's good.
Paint sticks. You get them free pretty much.
That's good.
Get 2 paint sticks,
And then
paint stir
they
sticks,
just use both
and put the little
hands.
spring thing in there, and spray them, paint them silver, and make them look like tweezers.
Yeah,
So there we go. Giant tweezers, a bunch of socks. Had a little relay game. Yeah. All right, we got some game ideas. Actually, like 3 game ideas right there we just developed. This is what we call a brainstorm think tank, guys. This is what we're doing today. And so we pretty much developed and put forth a program here for 2319 Sunday Funday. And we spent probably an hour on it already. Yep, we spent a good hour on it, developing that. And you're welcome. We have an awesome team here who just did this. This is groundbreaking. Well, not really. We've been here many times. We've done this before. So anything else you want to add to it before we move on to our next segment?
I would say the Easter egg in all Pixar movies is that number A113.
Yes.
Have you heard of that?
Yes. Yes.
And this Sunday is the 13th day of January, so.
Oh, now wait a minute. It's just 113, so we can do that any year.
A113.
Except it has to fall on Sunday.
But this Sunday is the 13th, right?
Yeah,
Wow. Yes. Look up, Google the Disney movies A113.
It's 'cause
it has to
they're-
do with a room or a special room where they all
It's
all
the
the
do
developers
the drawing.
and
Yeah.
graphics
There's a
designers.
room
when they were in
A113.
college.
Illuminati.
Was it Malaysian flight something?
Creepers.
He comes out of nowhere with that.
Oh, no, you didn't. Ah! So,
My
yeah.
kid's trying to sleep. Don't scare him.
Nah, he's
So-
a church baby. He can sleep through anything.
Oh, yeah.
A113. Now you can do it 11/3. We go to November 3rd.
There you go.
So if a Sunday,
true.
if November 3rd falls on a Sunday, you can do the
Ask
A113.
Alexa what day 11/3 comes on.
And so that can
November 3rd.
I was trying to tell her to look it up so we could.
so what you could tie that into any other Disney movie, I guess, because it's in there. So
That's
Did it once or
that's another brainstorm for another day.
That's the sun.
All right, let's move on to our
November
next.
2nd.
Anything else?
That's the Sunday. November 3rd is a Sunday.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
November 3rd
it
this
really
year?
is.
Yep.
Oh my
What
goodness.
in the world?
We are like
2019 is the year
That's
of Monsters,
three.
Inc.
That's
Thank
3
you.
days.
Well, A113 is in any Pixar movie, so it's not just in Monsters.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, you have to maybe get a clip where that A113 is at in every clip and make a little montage of it and somehow form something out of that. Get your Bible verse, chapter 1, verse 13, or chapter 11, verse 3, however, and then go
What's
from there.
Alexa? What is Acts 113?
Buffering.
Wi-Fi sound again.
Very slow.
Buffering.
We are experiencing
Wi-Fi.
technical
That's the one you're-
difficulties. Please
1:30?
stand by.
113.
Oh, you get it?
Yeah.
Okay,
The longest.
go for it. Get the mic.
That's the longest one.
When they arrived, they went to the upstairs room of the house where they were staying. Here are the names of those who were present. James, Andrew, Philip, Thomas, Bartholomew, Matthew, James, son of Alphaeus, Simon the Zealot, and Judas, son of James.
Now wait a minute, that's not bad.
It was all the
Those are all the producers.
yeah, all the
Disciples.
graphics designers.
They all went
Graphic
up.
designers.
They all went up to the room to.
It was,
Yeah,
it was
that's
room
what it's
113.
based on.
Oh
It's
my
the room.
goodness!
Whoa!
What is going on?
No, somebody look up the graphics designers' names and see if it lines up with those names.
Alexa, what are the graphic designers names?
I swear, if it lines up,
I quit.
I'm gonna get rid
No,
of
we
it.
better have a sponsor because we're
Right
so
down
good at
to
this.
like their parents,
Son of.
son of.
Pixar
Oh my
original graphic.
goodness!
Oh, this is getting creepy. Actually.
No, we have to we have to do that.
Collaboration. This is how
That's
to
good.
Job as graphic designer there.
I'm pretty sure it's the graphic designers at least, or like the
Yeah, the
illustrators,
artists, the illustrators,
and
that's
stuff
what
like
they-
that.
that's
These
what
are all how to
do
get
pictures
jobs
and-
at Pixar.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just look up who. Let's see.
I was getting ready to close this off and go to Podjinx, but here we go. We've already got this
Come
one.
back.
We can come back into another
Yeah, we'll do Pod Jinx
podcast.
and we'll come back and do
Do that in Toy Box.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go on
Let
Pod
all that
Jinx.
Selah and simmer on it.
I got a good toy box. You got a good.
Oh, all right. Here we go. Let's move on here.
Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for Pod Jinx, where corny kids' jokes never grow old. Here's your joy-filled jester, Travis Johnson.
Phenomena.
Man, that's wild. This whole thing is wild.
You're wild.
Yes.
All right, you ready?
Ready.
You ready for this?
Yes.
First joke. Why did the fish go to jail?
Why did the fish go to jail? We should know this. Remember, if you know the answer, you can't say it, but if you're just trying to guess it out, you can speak it. You think it out loud.
What do you call when
Shark
offense? Offense? Like you know what I'm saying? Like what's
Offense, an offense.
an fin? Because they have fins.
An offense.
Because they were guilty.
That's it.
Was it?
Yeah.
Guilty?
Oh, wow.
And there's
Very good.
scales of justice.
Oh, he did it again.
Scales of justice.
Very good.
Are you ready for
Ready
the next
for
one?
now? This is remember we're only doing two.
Only
right?
two.
Yeah, because this is
I don't know if you guys probably know. You probably heard this one already. But
good anyway.
what did the Texan cat? What does the Texan cat say?
Oh, I've not heard this one.
Are we talking like football Texan, or are we talking
Just a
state?
text. Just
What do
A cat from Texas.
Yeehaw!
Like a cowboy cat.
Cowboy cat.
A cowboy cat.
Meow.
Now her.
Well, Jared's the cat whisperer, so he would know.
True.
Cat whisperer?
He's got a weird relationship.
I can talk to animals.
I can yell at them.
I could.
What's up, you stupid cat?
Wow.
What is it? Tell me.
Meowdy.
What?
Meowdy
Like
partner.
howdy.
Like
Oh.
Howdy partner.
Meowdy partner.
I'm kind of like on the verge of doing
Elevator
the,
music.
Yeah.
trombone, but
I would do elevator music.
Listen, I always say
the
this.
trombone.
I always say there's nothing like a good joke.
That was nothing like a good
joke.
Hey, Mary Poppins.
Yeah, she got it.
we swung it back on a high note there. Thank you for the redemption there.
I'm gonna get that clip. We can get that clip after I bomb a joke next time from Mary Poppins.
Yeah,
Nothing
that
like
would
a
be.
good joke,
Yeah, instead of the Mary Poppins clip. Very good. All right, let's move along to our last segment of the night, Toy Box. And it's somewhere on my soundboard. Where's it at? Oh, there it is. Here we go. So the toy box is where we kind of open up the toy box and just kind of talk about whatever. Who's got something to say in the toy box? Jared, do you want to go first? Because you spoke up earlier. Get the microphone.
I don't know if you guys know yet. Me and Luke are renting Ethan's house.
I knew that.
What?
Jeepers creepers.
I know everything.
Wow.
Wow.
That's all.
Wait, which one?
That's all I want to
Which
talk
one?
about. I'm done talking.
Which one?
That's all he has to say about that.
Oh, the haunted one.
I asked him if it was haunted. He said no. So
Of course, he's going to say that. He's trying to get you to rent
I'm
it
gonna
out.
have Nathaniel pray over it. I already texted him.
That's a good idea.
I don't kid around with that stuff.
So when you moving in?
Probably like next week.
cool.
Wow.
All right, I'm glad everyone out there listening just really thought that was amazing. So, but
Why don't you tell them your address so they can...
Yeah, tell them the address.
So we can send you some
fan mail.
fan mail.
No, I'm good.
So we can really make you think the house is haunted.
Glitter bombs.
Glitter bombs.
Oh man.
All right, anyone else got anything to say for Toy Box?
So they found all the names.
Okay, so let's talk.
So we need to hear the verse again.
We need to hear the verse.
I'm gonna name off the 3 lead animators for the movie that actually worked on Sully, Mike, and Boo. Okay, and then she tells us if they match up. We've already matched up 2 for sure. All right, we have John. We have Andrew Gordon on Mike, and we have Dave Devon or David.
There's no Dave.
Oh. That's still kind of.
But I mean, that could be like a middle name. It could be somebody's middle name.
Those are typical
They did say
names,
the
though.
son
Wait,
of somebody.
it did. What's the last name? What was Dave's last name?
Devon.
There it is.
Devon. Yeah, close enough. We'll take it.
Divine.
The unheard of disciple, Devon.
God is divine. God is
Movie
divine.
about
And we're the branches.
Thank you.
No one caught that with you.
Not right off either.
So anyway, as we were talking, A113 is a number you see in a lot of every Disney
All
movie.
of them, yeah.
I don't think I've seen
Everyone-
it. Like I don't.
Well, it's always hidden.
Well, it's
so
because
Yeah,
you need to pay.
it'll be like on an house address or a
It's
license
the
plate.
license. It's
You'd
the
have to
license
catch
plate
it.
of the moving van in Toy Story.
Yeah. Wow. So A113 is in every Disney movie, Pixar, I guess. And so that's the room number of the room that they did a lot of illustrating and creation in.
In college.
A lot of Freemasonry.
Wherever.
When they were in
oh,
college.
goodness gracious.
What is it?
We are experiencing technical difficulties.
I don't even know
Please
this.
stand by.
Can't be good. Podcast edit.
Yes, I think we need to wipe it out of the podcast. I would hate for anyone to listen to this podcast or go back on the video that's on Live Feed right now, so we can take that out and make sure no one hears that. So everyone quiet on set, and let's remove that from our podcast.
Edit.
So A113 is the name or the room number that all the animators would get into.
Oh, that's weird. I've never seen them in the Disney movie.
Yes, on the Toy Story, it's on what, Travis?
It's on the moving van.
The moving van.
Moving truck
yes.
license plate.
And so whenever it's kind of like a little like the Easter egg. A113 would be in every Disney movie or Pixar, and you just have to know it and just catch it. It could be a house number.
The Pixar theory is insane. Like everything that
they're all
connects,
connected, yeah.
like the batteries.
We're not starting this.
The
right
batteries in Buzz Lightyear.
Oh no, it's
is one of the sponsors for one of the races in Cars.
Yeah. No, it's the
cross promotion
the
in their world.
license plate of Andy's car, Andy's parents' car.
Let's look it up.
So anyway, let's go back to the A113, and that was what scripture did you look up? Acts 1:13 and 13, and it literally talks about
going up to a room.
all these people going up to one room
with 2 of the names matching up.
With 2 of the names matching up to the real artists that of the creators who went and went to room
The 3
A113.
people, John Lasseter, Tim Burton, and Brad Bird. Those are the 3.
Yeah. Okay. So I have a list of all the scenes in movies that A113 shows up.
Okay.
This should take a while.
In Bug's Life, it shows up in the background on one of the boxes behind him. It's A113-1195. In the movie Brave, it shows up. I can't even see it. It looks like it just shows up above her and the thing, but I can't really see it. It says zoom in, and maybe Miss Squint a little, you can see ACXIII. You mean AC113. Cars, it shows up on the train. The train's number is A113.
Okay.
On Mater's license plate, his license plate is A113.
Is this truck horn?
It's in A Brave Little Toaster too.
Cars 2 is on the tail fin of the airplane. Finding Nemo is the model number for the camera that the diver was taking a picture with.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a stretch. We're not going to go there. That's a stretch.
But just name a couple more.
All right. I'm trying to. Okay. Well, there's Monsters Inc. Monsters Inc. It shows up twice. It shows up on a pillar and to label a sector in the factory. And then also it shows up whenever Sully goes in to scare one of the kids, the door's number is A113.
Wow.
It's in Avengers too.
Is it really?
Are you kidding?
Get out.
What?
On Stan Lee's cameo in the first Avengers, it's like a news clip and it says A113.
Now, how did that happen, I wonder?
Well,
Anyway.
they're owned by Disney
Isn't
now.
Marvel
So-
owned by Disney?
Disney owns everything.
Yeah, that's true. So now, if anyone wanted to really jump to it and be ready for this Sunday, January 1st, 13th, January, the first month, the 13th is this Sunday. But fortunately for us, November, the 11th month, the 3rd falls on a Sunday. So we will already put that down for the A113 Sunday for that theme, that idea, and on that Bible verse, Acts 1 and 13. Wow.
Just a thought.
Yes.
Okay, so the A113 is hidden throughout all the movies, right? Little Easter eggs, if you will. Why not turn that into like a quote-unquote Easter egg hunt throughout like a certain section of the church, to where if the kids find an A113, like maybe written on a sticky note or something like that, they get some connection.
Have the Bible verse on there.
Yeah, and like
Look up for more Bible verses, chapter 1, verse 13. See how many more that can be applicable to that day for whatever reason. Good Bible verse.
And if they find it, they can get a little bit connected cash.
So there's some ideas to work with there. So every book in the Bible has one chapter, and the first chapter, and probably a 13th verse. So there's a lot of opportunities there. A lot of opportunities there you can look at. So, all right, let's get out of here. Anyone have anything else to say for Toy Box? Or anything at all you want to share with us?
Just a bunch of crickets playing racquetball.
Crowdcontrol.com. Crowd Control Games. We've got some of our video games that we play on screen. We haven't really used them a lot. That bunny game is from crowdcontrolgames.com. They have another new one out. How many members, you guys ever see the old Atari ping pong or paddle tennis on the screen?
Yeah. Pong for two.
They actually have this game they just created. That's nice. And it came out, and it's an interactive game with the crowd, and you actually somehow have to hook up two microphones, and it's another yelling game.
Oh.
So the louder you yell, your paddle goes up.
Oh my
Oh my
God.
goodness.
That gets you, that was scary.
My ears, I already had hearing problems. I definitely got them now.
Message. I love you. Now back to our show.
Oh.
You guys weren't ready, man.
No, we weren't ready for that. We apologize.
My
for
screen
that.
canister is
we,
filled.
We need to take that because that's going to give someone some
No one's
earaches or a
ever
heartache.
ready for
Yeah, you got
a
the lower
straight
dB
scream
on that
into a
bad boy.
microphone.
Let me take that out of that podcast. I need to.
Podcast edit.
Now no one ever heard that scream, so it's out. It's been taken out. So where were we? I lost my train of thought.
You were ending the podcast.
Yeah, you were literally bringing it to
No, you
Wow.
were talking about Pong and how you have to scream to get the
Yeah.
paddles to
So if
move.
you've not been to crowdcontrolgames.com, there's a lot of good customizable video games you can play on a dual screen for your kids. They're made for any kind of crowd control event, adults and kids. But one side you scream and your paddle moves up and down.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then and the ball goes back and forth. And if you don't scream or be quiet right on time, your paddle misses and the other team gets a point. So there's all kinds of games on there. That just came out here a couple of days ago. I looked at it. There's all kinds of neat interactive video games on crowdcontrolgames.com, and some of them are good for Bible quizzing. Some you have to buy some buzzer things that hook up to your laptop, USB cables and stuff. But most everything else is pretty much good to go on your laptop, Mac, or Windows, and do a dual screen for the game screen. And you can customize it for your kids' church or for any church event or any event. So, all right, that's good to go.
I love the bunny game, so that's.
All right, everyone, say our goodbyes. I want to say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, bye.
Goodbye, everybody. All right, thanks for joining us on the podcast.
Sayonara.
Thanks, Jared. Hey, we got to get out of here. We're actually going to have an SND.
Get your face out of the camera. No one wants to see that.
An S&D dinner tonight at B-Dubs. And
Buffalo Wild Dubs.
Yeah, Buffalo Wild Dubs. So let's get out of here. Carol, take us out of here. We'll see you guys next time.
This time together, 'cause it makes me feel that I belong. Seems we just get started, and we're before you know
Start it.
guess it's time
Who?
The help
Oh, snap.
Mr. Q.